All right. So I'm Sergeant Dion Cockrell, PIO with the Texas Department of Public Safety. We brought you here today to talk a little bit about and give you some information about the Suzanne murder case, Suzanne Clark Simpson. Behind me, I identify everybody who's here at the press conference. Mind you, at the end, they'll probably take no questions. So with us today, we'll have Chief Villegas, Lieutenant Ruiz, Sergeant Campbell with the Olmos Park Police Department. We also have Mayor Aaron Harrison, City Manager Mike Gaudreau, Regional Director Vincent Luciano, CID Major Ronald Sines, Texas Ranger Perez, all from the Texas Department of Public Safety, FBI Assistant Special Agent in Charge Edwin Cordova, Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez, and Assistant Bexar County District Attorney Millie Powers and Casey Sandoval. So I will turn it over to the Chief. Chief.
Good afternoon. Yesterday, the Olmos Park Police Department, along with the Texas Rangers, have charged Brad Chandler Simpson with murder in the death of his wife, Suzanne Clark Simpson. We realize that this doesn't bring closure to Suzanne's family, but we hope it will allow them to enter the next phase of their grieving process with more clarity. We'd like to thank Suzanne's family for their support and strength throughout this investigation. They are asking for respect of their privacy, especially for the minor children. There are also many agencies that have helped us in this investigation, and we offer them our sincerest gratitude. This thorough and tireless investigation has been conducted in efforts to find justice for Suzanne and her family. We want to recognize the Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez and his office for their advice and support with the complexities of this investigation. They now begin their work on the prosecution phase of this case. We also want a special thank you to the Department of Public Safety and the Texas Rangers who have worked tirelessly with us, and we thank them very much, along with all the support from the citizens that we've had. We'd like to thank the family and the public, and we want them to know that the search for Suzanne is still ongoing. The Simpson family provided us with this message today to read, so I'll introduce Mr. Bart Simpson.
Thank you, Chief. It's always important to do what is right, especially when it is most difficult. This situation is heartbreaking for us, but it brings some peace to our family, knowing that the authorities have gathered enough evidence to move forward with charges. This helps us come to terms with the reality that Suzanne is no longer with us, allowing us to continue the difficult process of grieving and focus on rebuilding our lives for the sake of the children and our extended family. We remain deeply appreciative of the Olmos Park Police Department, the Texas Rangers, Texas DPS, and all assisting law enforcement agencies involved and their dedication and determination to help us find Suzanne. We're also incredibly grateful for the support of our amazing, loving community, and for everyone who has reached out, supported us, and kept us in their prayers. It is our sincere hope and prayer that Brad will find the compassion and courage to end his family's suffering by cooperating with the authorities to help us find his wife. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll have Lieutenant Ruiz from the Olmos Park Police Department reiterate some of this in Spanish for you.
Hola. Ayer juntos con los Texas Rangers de Texas acusamos a Brad Chandler Simpson de asesinato por la muerte de su esposa Suzanne Clark Simpson. A lo largo de esta investigación, la familia de Suzanne Simpson ha sido receptiva y solidaria frente a la adversidad este cargo penal no ofrece un cierre en la familia de Suzanne, pero esperamos que puedan entrar a la final de esta tragedia con un mejor conocimiento de las consecuencias de este caso. Los hombres y las mujeres del Departamento de Policía de Olmos Park y el Departamento de Seguro Público de Texas trabajaremos diligentemente con la alcaldesa de la ciudad de Olmos Park, Erin Harrison, y el City Manager de Olmos Park, Mike Goodrow, para resolver esta tragedia. Le damos bastante gracias al condado de Bexar County, la oficina de fiscal Joe González, por apoyarlos en esta investigación. Gracias.
Okay. At this time, this concludes our press conference. Anything that you guys need, please feel free to email me. I will stay after for a few minutes and address any of your questions. Thank you.
Chief, do you think you'll be able to find Suzanne? Joe, is there a reason you're not saying anything? Anything to say about prosecuting without a body? Is Brad cooperating now? I know you guys visited him yesterday. Is James Potter cooperating?
So I know you guys had a lot of questions, and I can't address those, but I can tell you that, you know, as the investigation and the search for Suzanne continues, there's still information we ask. If the public knows anything, please contact the Olmos Park Police Department or the Texas Department of Public Safety. The Rangers have not stopped investigating this case, as it has been turned over to the District Attorney's Department, as Mr. Simpson has been charged with murder. So again, as we said before, the District Attorney starts their process in the prosecution phase, even though we are not stopping our search for Suzanne Clark Simpson.
Regarding the search, can you confirm that y'all are looking in the Bay area?
That is one of the areas that the evidence had turned us to, and so we continue to search wherever any of the evidence comes up.
I know yesterday you brought out Brad Simpson and questioned him. Is he cooperating now?
I don't have the answer right now, but I do know that they did bring him in and did charge him with murder, and I don't have any comments on any statements he may have
How
made.
is James Potter playing into this? Did he?
Right now, I don't know. Like I said, I do know that it just led them to information or his involvement, but I don't have any information on his involvement if it had anything to do with the murder.
Regarding the criminal investigation, a lot of the public are wondering how come somebody can be charged with murder when anybody hasn't been found.
I think if you've seen his investigation has gone on for a while, and the officers and law enforcement have gathered enough evidence in order to charge him with murder.
Do you know the decision behind sealing that arrest warrant?
I don't. I can only believe that there's still possible evidence in there that they're still trying to either obtain or discover.
What evidence do you guys have that you believe will help you guys convict Brad Simpson?
I don't have that information.
What kind of information did the public come forward with that would help you with the investigation?
I don't have that either. I do know that some people had reached out to the Olmos Park PD and to the Rangers with some information, but I don't have any specific information from the public.
Yes, people that are using several text
I
children.
got two.
Is it going to be possible to make
Contact
it?
with his children?
I'm sorry?
Has Brad Simpson had contact with his children?
Not that I know of.
So I know we got several texts earlier this week asking for our emails, knowing that something was coming this Thursday, and Brad Simpson was charged with murder on Thursday. Did you guys know that you were going to charge him with murder when, you know, we were getting a heads up that we were going to get information on him?
So I got that information just like everybody else. I think when they came up with enough evidence and information to take it to the DA's office, they did so this week, and that's why we're meeting today. Had it been earlier, then we probably would have had a press conference earlier.
Is there anything you can tell us about warrants and technology? How long does it normally take to get the information from a phone, or if you guys release that picture of Brad's truck to us? Have you found anything on the GPS of that truck that helped?
I don't have any information on that. I do know that they continue to search. I can't give you the areas, but yes, they have searched other locations.
How confident are you all that you will find Suzanne's body?
I know that they're not going to stop searching, so.
So at this point, you're still accepting tips from the public for that search?
Yeah, and we had put out the phone number information to the Olmos Park PD, so if anybody has any additional information, feel free to contact the department.
Is Brad Simpson asking for anything in exchange for cooperation
I
here?
have no information on that.
So at this point of the investigation, so Joe Gonzalez was here, District Attorney's Officer, Joe Gonzalez was here.
Mhm.
So you're saying that the case is already in the hands of the DA, even when?
Well,
So he's gonna start,
They're going to start working on their part of the prosecution. So once he was charged with murder, that information is presented to the DA. So now they begin their part of the investigation and the prosecution phase.
even when there's an investigation going on, still?
As we still search for Suzanne and anything comes up, like I said, we don't just stop the investigation once it hit the DA's office if any additional information comes up. But as of right now, he's been charged and the DA's taking their part in the process.
How rare is it to charge someone with murder without having a body?
I wouldn't.
What does it take to do that?
Enough information for the DA to take it.
Are there nonprofits still involved in the search?
Not that I know of. Two more. I'm Sergeant Dion Cockrell, PI with the Texas Department of Public Safety. Last name Cockrell.
The first name?
Dion, D-E-O-N.
Why is it important that the Texas Rangers were brought in on this?
Well, I think it's such a big case, and the Olmos Park PD asked for their assistance, and as a state agency, we assist all local and other agencies.
What questions would law enforcement still like answered?
Sorry?
What questions would law enforcement still like answered about this case?
What questions would they like? I think the most important thing is trying to find Ms. Clark.
Can you make the same statement the chief said, Mr. Simpson is being charged with murder? That's just the, asking.
Well, I can confirm that you did hear from the Olmos Park Chief Villegas that Brad Simpson has been charged with murder and the case has been turned over to the DAs. Anything else? Thank you.